Welcome back, everybody. Today we got some interesting news. They finally changed, well, they haven't changed, they just added X.com to actually work as X.com. Before, if you went to X.com, you would just be redirected to Twitter.com. Now, I'll show you on screen here, you can go to both X.com and Twitter.com, and they will be the same page, but they don't redirect to each other. They are totally separate websites, kind of. So yeah, so let's just go to Twitter. I don't know why I spelled Twitter wrong. Twitter.com, and then you'll see right here. Yeah, so I got X.com and Twitter.com, and they're the same website, just different domains. Little weird, but that's how they're making their transition. I would have figured they would have just had X.com one day finally redirect to Twitter.com instead of how it's been for a while, the other way around. But nope, this is how they're doing it for the time being. I don't know how long this is going to last. But yeah, Liam, what do you think? Did you notice this before we talked about it, or
Not really. I don't use Twitter generally.
Gotcha. Alright, so, I mean, yeah, it's not a big difference for users because you can go to either one, but I guess this kind of shows that the change is almost fully here, right? It's gone, the only thing left, right, is for them to completely remove Twitter.com. But yeah, I wonder how long they'll keep that trademark for. Like one day Twitter.com could become something else, and they can't sue them. All right, that's our main topic. We got a lot more for you today after the intro. Alright, so here's today's tech news on this day I actually don't know the year. Let me figure that out. The U.S. Army and University of Pennsylvania signed a contract to develop the ENIAC. By the way, this was 1943. The ENIAC stands for Electronic, Numerical, Integer, and Computer, which was integrator and computer, which is basically a room-sized computer that could do very basic math. And that, again, was with the U.S. Army and University of Pennsylvania that worked together. And, again, all these computers back in the 1940s and 50s and kind of 60s. Well, yeah, I mean, you could say 60s, but that time was, like, really the start of all this. They were really developing computers. They were really still the size of rooms at that point. But if we didn't have all these computers in really those 3 decades, but obviously the earlier you go, we wouldn't have computers like we have them today. So that's why we like to reflect on all that in each TSARP episode. But let's move on to our big 3 topics. The iPhone 17 Slim rumors point to a redesign model in 2025. I remember the iPhone Mini, right? When they had, I think that was on the 12, maybe 13, but then they got rid of that in the 14 and 15. But now they're doing the Slim, or possibly the Slim. I would assume that would kind of just be like the Mini, but I'm not completely sure. The iPhone, is gonna... Oh, yeah, so since the iPhone X introduction of OLED and Face ID in 2017, Apple's phones haven't really changed their look significantly. Obviously, we all know of the Dynamic Island, but that's not a very big change. But now, the information reports a major redesign is underway for a new slim iPhone. The outlet says it could arrive in 2025 as part of the iPhone 17 refresh, with the price even higher than Apple's current most expensive model, the iPhone Pro Max. So, I was a little wrong. The Slim, well, I was wrong completely. The Slim wouldn't be mini, it would be the same height and width, but it would just be thinner on the Z-axis, which is good, really, for anyone that wants a, slim and high-tech phone, right? That's not bulking up in their, pockets a lot. So I think it's pretty cool. Liam, what do you think? I know you're not an iPhone user, but you think Android phone, Samsung might do this in the future?
Probably not. Their main thing is like bigger, like getting the phones bigger. The screens are bigger. Generally, everything's bigger. I don't see them going back to making smaller phones.
All right, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of you don't know that if back like early 2000s, right? People wanted smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller phones. Before really smartphones and the iPhone at least existed, they wanted smaller phones. But then, as soon as the iPhone, introduced really the smartphone idea, you wanted a bigger phone with a bigger screen and all that. But before, they just wanted a little tiny device you could carry around and call, and that was all you wanted to do. But as soon as you could text and listen to music and watch things, it was like, oh no, never mind, forget about small phones, we want bigger phones. And then obviously they made the mini, and then that kind of changed slightly, and now the slim. But the slim would really just be thinner, not smaller like the mini. But yeah, interesting. There's a little more tech history for you. All right, next up, ChatGPT lets users upload from Google Drive and OneDrive directly. So if you were ever going to upload a file for editing with data and stuff, data analysis, you would have to download the file and then upload it to ChatGPT. Now they can import the files from, like I said, Google Drive and OneDrive, so it makes it a lot easier for data analysis if any of you use ChatGPT for that. I have before slightly, but by the way, here's a little, there's a little demo there. So you just click on the file icon on the bottom left, right down there, and then you can just upload the data right into ChatGPT. So pretty cool. I don't know if I have it yet. Oh, over the coming week. So yeah, I don't have it yet. This is though only for ChatGPT Plus Team and Enterprise users, because they are the only ones with this data analysis feature. So pretty cool if you have it, if you're available for it. If you're not, you can always upgrade, though I'm not an affiliate. I get no money for saying that. But, I mean, that's not, I have ChatGPT Plus, but that's not why I have ChatGPT Plus. I just like, the web browsing features and always having, the latest stuff and stuff like that. So, all right. And I think a bigger usage cap, which is nice. Next up, Sony Music warns AI companies against unauthorized use of its content. So this is a big thing in the AI space. AI companies like even OpenAI, right, have been taking text from books and articles, all copyright, and then using it to train their models, and then not paying or notifying where they get that data from. Or, no citing the data either. Now, that's happening with music, too. We're training music models. Now, they're not, they haven't been notifying or paying or citing the music they've used to train those models. Now, Sony, big music distributor, right, has said, no, you can't do that, and we'll definitely come after you for it. That letter was sent to more than 700 AI companies and streaming platforms, saying if you use our music for your AI models and systems, we will come after you. So, pretty interesting. I mean, really, it is their content. They did not say that these companies could use it. They signed no terms of service, like we were talking yesterday about how, OpenAI taking Reddit's data. At least you signed a terms of service saying they could do that. No one signed anything here. They really can't legally do that, which is why these companies would sue them for that. But I wonder if they'll continue doing it, if there will be a lawsuit about this. I think there has been a few in the past about, text training AI models, but not music yet. So we'll have to see. All right. Next up, Microsoft is adding is adding the next Call of Duty to Xbox Game Pass. If you're a Call of Duty fan, I'm not. Liam, how about you?
Used to be, but now I do more milsim games for my shooter games.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I've never played Call of Duty. I've played Halo. I've played Fortnite, Counter-Strike. Not the new one, though. But Call of Duty is not one that I've played. But if you've never played before, like me, this might be the time if you have the Xbox Game Pass, because the next one will be added to the Game Pass. So the Microsoft will announce that Call of Duty is coming to its game subscription service during the company's Xbox Showcase on June 9th. They reported earlier this month that Microsoft had been debating whether to put new releases of Call of Duty into the Game Pass. The concerns were that from some at the company that the revenue generated from typical Call of Duty sales would be undermined by the Game Pass, basically meaning that they would lose money if they put it in the Game Pass. I think they've, decided that, either they wouldn't or that it's worth it, so that they're going to do it. But we will know for sure. Again, this is kind of a rumor here. It's pretty confirmed, though, but it's still a rumor. We'll know on June 9th, though. So, stay tuned for that. Okay, iMessage had an outage today, but now it's back. I hope you weren't trying to text earlier and it got interrupted. I guess that's why. This is why you need two phones, guys, right? Because you need your Android and you need your iPhone. I don't have that. There are people that do that. I'm not one of them. I should be one of them, though. But that's why you do it. If your iPhone goes down, your iMessage goes down, you pull out your Android phone, and it's all fixed. Don't you worry, guys. That is the solution. All right. Yeah, apparently it was just, for some reason, it was from 5:49 p.m. to 5:35. Was this yesterday's news? Oh, that was yesterday. They were out yesterday. Never mind, not today. Same thing. Totally same thing. But it was yesterday, 5:49 p.m. to 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. Next up, Google's Gemini AI plan for schools promises extra data protection and privacy. This is very important because AI has been slowly working its way into education. A lot at my school, I've been really on the forefront of that. Well, I haven't been making the changes, but I know about a lot of the changes. We have some great people at our school, great administrators, great teachers that have been working really hard on, integrating AI into our curriculum. But I've been seeing a lot of that and giving my opinions on different things. And but anyway, the AI tools we've been working with have been by a lot of smaller name platforms, not OpenAI or Google, but Google does have Google's whole education suite, which Gemini would fit perfectly into. But schools' whole thing, right? They cannot let schools' data get out, right? Kids' data and all that. So Google's Gemini AI has a whole plan for keeping that data safe. They've been improving Chromebook accessibility with features like a better magnifier that follows along as you read, which is another great feature. They've been working really hard on their education division. They've been doing that for a while now. But AI is really the next step that they need. They've been offering this, or they will be offering Gemini to schools soon, specifically for educators and students over the age of 18. So that's interesting. So I guess that's more university level, right? Interesting. I was thinking it would be for students under, right, which is why they needed that data privacy, but I guess not. I guess it's going to be more colleges and universities that are going to get this at this point. At least that's what this article says. Gemini for Google Workspace launches on May 23rd, not too far away. So if you go to a college or university that's really, on that cutting edge of technology, maybe you'll be getting this soon. Who knows? Let us know in the comments. But there you go. All right. I think that is about it for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back on Monday with even more tech news. Today was a little bit of a dry news day, but I know Monday, I think we got some announcements coming Monday. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait. See y'all then. Bye-bye.